One fire. That's what you're. And also. So, state law requires individual county that a person who office they have been and board has at least one candidate, one challenge of the tenure from a resident did not live. The board also has authority to take what we are here today. So look at residency, it's look at 21 lease versus they, you know, utility bills, ownership, voter registration, they listed that all to be weighed. Then one factor, and the thing is and there's and the standard you're using today is preponderance of evidence. Legal terms would be more likely than not. So is it more likely than not? Here, or police resident or district 12 months at a time to take off. All right, who has first? Well, I would say, senior needs to demonstrate or that she be a resident or be required. We also are able to look at information that have received and is board has received. Those evidence here, but you can equate what you received know the exact date. I don't know. I think the time would begin the chapter first meeting. Review right now. So the first meeting. The term actually
Do you swear that the information that you are about to provide is the truth? So that if you may proceed, and you will have a couple of minutes. You may not need all that time to provide your evidence and discuss what you would like for us to know. two. And 20th. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. Got way. The price for 12 months. And 20,000. And 2 years. But also must be qualified voters. Must pay qualified. 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 Okay. Well, do you mind if we look at, we don't mind you brought here today? Get a copy of your registration for your business. Yeah, okay. Your state ID or driver's license. And Walker, if you don't mind, do you have any deals of like utility bills? and to register. And prior to getting your driver's license, if you have your Illinois license, resident within 30 days, you have. Well, following Georgia law, it does have to do with whether you're a resident or it says first 2 days you get a driver and you register.
So,
All right. Hey, what's happening, gentlemen? I'm gonna walk. Hey, real quick, give me an update. Let me jump in real quick. You can mute them, Quentin, and bring me on. Hello, how are you, young lady? Okay, so real quick, it's better than I thought. I have to admit, it did go better than I thought. I did not expect the board to start asking tough questions. I'm going to talk about it when I get in the car, but they moved the goalposts. They moved the actual what they're actually looking for. They changed the rules, so to speak. Now I can't hear you, Quentin, so I'm just going to be talking real quick. They changed the rules. The rule was whether or not she qualified to actually run, not whether or not she qualified to win. But the board came back with better questions. Me and my guy next to me, we were both very surprised because we didn't think it was going to go that way. She's just as unprofessional as you can imagine, very unprofessional. So it's going to be very interesting. Now the board is going to debate or delineate whether or not what to do right here in real time. So I'm going to run back in there. But I just want to give y'all an update on what is happening. And y'all jump back in. I'll see you in a second. We got lunch. Okay, we got lunch, guys. On my way. On my way. After this, I told you, bro. Get one. Wow. That is some.
I touched the microphone. um, yeah, it looks like they stopped it. Yeah, they stopped it. Okay, they stopped streaming. So they officially stopped streaming. Um, RDH, from the audio that I got from Jason a little while ago, I think they did bring lunch. Um, I'm leaving this on Fulton's little do. Well, yeah, they're done. They've completely checked out on that. So all right, so they've completely checked out on that. I'm gonna cut Jason's audio on in case he's wanting to say something to us. Maybe not. I'm gonna message him and let him know that they are no longer feeding. I don't know if anybody else knows of any other feeds. I don't know why they would be popping up anywhere else, but I'm gonna see if he wants to could reconnect with us and let us know what's going on in there, because we now officially have no eyes. We only had half an ear to begin with. Message him right quick, let him know. Looks like Fulton County has stopped their stream unless you guys see one somewhere else. Let's see what you guys are saying. What are you guys saying? Up. It's a good message from Jay Witt. I know they did ask about, I'm sorry, Mama Bear. They did ask about the daughter's registration, but of course they didn't want to get into a lot of details about it, during the public hearing, not wanting to give too much information about the daughter, but they did bring it up. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Cajun Hog is also looks verified. Looks like they stopped the feed. Looks like they stopped it. I messaged Jason to see if he wants to reconnect to give us some more intel based on what he's seeing down there. But and you guys please comment and let me know, some of you guys that did have some audio, if you guys perceive this the same way as that I did, and I think the same way that Jason was perceiving it, that this has turned into an all-out residency issue, as far as if she's qualified to be a candidate based on being a resident of Fulton County long enough. So one of the issues that looks like it was at play was a part of the lease, which determined who pays for utilities. And it looks like there's some kind of rule that utilities being paid also has something to do with the establishment of residency. And one of the sticking points where they were going back and forth about that and why they kept talking about the lease is because Ms. Henyard stated that utilities were paid basically through the rent. And sometimes that's a thing when everything's included. But there was a lady on the board, an older lady that had on like a light pink sweater, and she was going through the lease and she saw something in it that stated that the renter was responsible for the utility. So that was why they were going back and forth with the lease. And I don't know if you guys noticed at the very end, one of the council ladies was like, well, can we, because Tiffany was stating that she had something in her phone. There's some audio. This is Jason's audio.
It's the voters of Fulton County, whether or not.
Okay, I'll come back to it because I can't really make out what they're saying in there. So they had that issue about utilities inside of the lease, so they're trying to get that straightened out. That's why the one council lady just physically walked back there and was like, "Can we look at the phone?" That was right before they cut the public hearing part out and started to deliberate. So that was that issue. Does she pay utilities? How long has she been paying them? That's what they're trying to establish so they can do the whole, how long have you been an actual resident? Then the other thing that kept coming up was about this whole driver's license situation. And they're going to deliberate, probably reconvene. Hopefully they'll go live after that. Filling your Cajun dog. And so the other issue was bringing up driver's license, because driver's license also is a part of establishing a timeline for residency. And then Tiffany wanted to get into this whole thing about, I don't even drive. And it's like, that's not the point. And then she pulled up some other statute that I think she didn't really understand what she was reading, because it didn't really bolster or back up her point. She was trying to say that, well, and even if you are tardy or late on getting your driver's license, that it doesn't affect your residency when residency had already been established. That was the last sentence in the statute she was reading, and she wasn't paying attention that it didn't really apply to new people moving out of state. So anyway, those seem to be the main two issues with her residency timeline. When did she actually start this lease? When did she start paying utilities at her domicile, whatever she kept trying to say? When did she actually do that? So I'm curious to see what happens after they stop. That's the other thing. Good job, Cajun. That's the other thing that there were three things. It was the utilities, it was the driver's license, and it was kind of like, when did you stop being a resident of Illinois? It's like, were you still the mayor when you moved down here? Were you not? And then she got really elusive with all of that stuff. So, I mean, just based on what we saw this morning in the little bit that we were able to hear, I'm not quite sure that she's satisfied the board's. I don't think she satisfied the board's requirement or the way that they have interpreted what they have to use to establish residency as far as the dates are concerned, because that's what it is. She is like, she's been here, obviously the year plus that she needs to be a candidate, and the way that they are interpreting her documents, they don't see it that way. So curious to see how this works out after they deliberate. What do we got here? What do we got here from the right? Why weren't her attorneys Keith Price and Michael Smith there? Kamal Woods dude, Kamal didn't represent her. He was just antagonizing. I don't know. He served no purpose at all. And actually, in my opinion, he made things worse for them. He was being combative and being like, y'all know who she is and all this. One of the council ladies was like, look, I don't know all of that. So, yeah, I really, to be honest, it's a microcosm. And I'm being very serious. Let's say Tiffany has been here for 5 years. She satisfies the residency requirement to be a candidate. Let's say we knew absolutely nothing about her tenure up in Illinois. Not even going to go into how the bond rating was trash, not going to go into the debt, not going to go into any of that stuff. Let's say we don't know anything about it. Let's say all we know is what we saw today. With what we saw today, this lady demonstrated that she does not need to hold any office for anyone. She's I'm going to be nice. She's not super articulate, and her bringing Kamal Woods to this hearing to quote unquote assist her and bolster her case / and or position, that shows that she has terrible judgment. Just that, like nothing that we've seen. And like I said, let's pretend like we don't know any of the other stuff. Just what we saw today shows she has terrible, horrible judgment. How do you not know that Kamal Woods is not going to be an asset today? The only way you don't know that, you've got terrible judgment.
Can you hear them?
Yes. What you got? Hostile, Mandy. Mandy, that's exactly what he was. And it's one thing to be hostile if you're on top of your stuff, but he knows
All
nothing.
right. Quentin, I can't hear you, brother.
I can hear you.
All right, it's Grace Levi up in the building.
Blessings, how y'all doing?
Grace and PC, sister, how are you?
God be the glory. I don't know how she came to my town, but all I'm saying, well, not my town. A lot of people hear me down. I'm the right person. So we'll keep on exposing because
This is crazy work.
Yo,
This is wild.
they were both of them were, but Kamal was
Fulton
just the
County.
worst.
not a good thing. Okay? She left that place in debt. Everything that she touched was destroyed. She don't know how to work with the board. She always argues with the board. And she has numerous offers right now.
I mean, the feds are looking at her for crying out loud. I mean, that's going to be wild work.
And I'm a little disappointed in the board because the lease is supposed to have a change of like custody.
But also, but
on paper. So they could have verified through the e-company to make sure that it had a time stamp.
yeah,
They did not verify. Also highlighted
A&F in the building. Jay Witt in the building.
let me.
is Kamal on the lease.
That's a great question, but
We got more questions.
we got more questions. But the other good question is, how are you employed in Dalton, but you live here in Fulton? Are you, like, how did that work? And they came right up to the finish line to ask the question and then stop. Like, how in the
They
world is that
did.
possible? Like,
They were all around it.
and she was still employed.
Yep.
When was the last
And
paycheck?
So
they were like, when was the new
Right.
mayor
Who brought you here? Who called
sworn
for you?
in?
so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to, I'm a person that's on YouTube. I'm a legal consultant, and I'm going to continue to push justice. Look, this young lady died under her tension. She literally had an offer deal who killed 4 people under tension and never represented him. Told the
Shit not cooking.
family that basically this young girl was a thug. Come to find out that Tiffany is the thug. Because Tiffany bullied everybody. Tiffany took major money from Fulton and Thornton, and she was fighting residents. Did y'all see her fight in the meeting?
I did
Did
not.
y'all not see her fight? Is this what? That's all I'm asking.
You like actual
Okay.
fisticuffs?
I'm actually a Henry County resident, but what brought me to this is these residents right down the street. That Tiffany was here. I didn't pay any mind for her. She had her store and everything. But once I figured out that she was going to come run and bring corruption and have her hand on the paper pocketbook, no, that's not happening. So Tiffany, she know I have over 200 videos of all of her lawsuits, all of the people that was
200.
wrongly under her. I have all of the proof. Y'all
Yeah.
bringing more corruption. Good luck.
Fulton County doesn't deserve that. Fulton County does not need that. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is, you can
Go ahead.
call me Nurse Lash. My YouTube name is Grace Lee. You can call me Siobhan Lash.
There you
So I
go.
have a YouTube page, and I'm actually a nurse consultant, and I took my skills to help this mom of this young lady find out. I've been going back and forth with the Illinois police and the administrative board. But
I'm like, I'm super interested in the commotion outside. Sorry.
I'm a far away resident. And I've been a far away resident.
Well, you've been a closer resident than she has.
Ooh.
I bet you got your driver's license on the right time.
Stop it. I bet you got your driver's license. Y'all hear Jay Witt?
Yeah, please.
Y'all hear Jay Witt? Get down there with the jokes.
Out of hand. And what ended up happening under her tenure, she basically made a new podcast and said that this young girl was in love, that she deserved to die. She lied to the mother and to the husband that she was shot by the police. Had her son over her vehicle and everything. It was so much. And later on, Tiffany had to basically use the police as security. So when she spent
Wow, this lady is out there going in.
and that's the story of the truth of a lot of things that happen to like a school. So this is real reconciliation. This is what we're doing. You're not going to hear the last of it, Fulton County. You're out here, see aware of what's going on. Don't fall for it. Y'all already suffering. Y'all already suffering. Don't need to hear what's it.
Yeah, for sure. My name is Jason Whitaker.
Jay Witt.
That is me. The WHITAKER.
Y'all see him?
We are not together. We both do podcasting, and I'm a podcaster here in Top County. And 100%, I stand with her in full agreement. To me, Henry's a bad look for Fulton. We've got a lot of problems here in Fulton County, and this is not the look that we need. This is
That's
not.
what's
You already
up,
saw
Jay
a
Witt.
little taste of it. Even in the back and forth with the lawyer, even with the back and forth with the commissioner. Multiply that multiple times over, hundreds of millions, even billions of dollars. It's going to be a mess. I live in Top County. Yes. Her lack of decorum, her lack of professionalism, and really just her for lack of a better term, her thuggery.
Jay Witt
I
in the
mean, there's
building,
been a lot,
baby.
as Lady Levi said, there's a lot of problems that she left in
That's
Dalton.
right,
She
Lisa
didn't leave
Bobo.
Dalton in a
Getting
great position.
famous.
We don't need that here in Fulton. We don't need that.
We
And
don't
when you
need
see the
that.
amount of monies that was just missing from Dalton, we don't need that here at all. And so that's my big issue. And also,
Fanny.
I just don't believe that she's a right fit for here. And I know that she came over here because she thought she could get away with it. She could, carpet bag down here to the South and get away with it when she got
Tell her
kicked
what
out
you
of
really
Dalton and
feel,
Thornton.
Jay. Tell her what you really feel.
I disagree with them simply because she was still employed in Dalton after the date. So she wasn't actually qualified to be a candidate,
That's
not only
right,
to
Manny.
run, she wasn't qualified to be a candidate because she was still a resident and living or employed in Dalton. So how do you make that? How do you square that peg? I don't know how they did that. So that's my big issue with that. Hey, no problem at all. Thank y'all so much for coming out.
Jay Witt. Jay Witt. Look, do it live.
Yep, that's me.
Look, do it live. Bill
Yeah, I mean, just
McFarlane ain't got
if
nothing on
you
you,
look
Jay Witt.
on my YouTube channel, I've done probably better than 180 videos on her, and just like highlighting from the fights and the newscasts. I mean, I think it's odd that we here in Georgia were reporting on her as if we were in
Illinois.
Chicago.
Yep.
I mean, we've reported on her like a local news, but then all of a sudden we act like we don't know about her. Maybe she's okay. Like we were reporting on her, how bad she was. Like this is wild words.
Yeah, man. Bring in Grant.
I
We
know
have
her.
all
I know her
been
station.
hopping around for audio. But the best audio was Jay Witt just now live on A&F News. It seems like they've been under a rock. Yvonne, it seems like they've been under a rock.
Yeah,
It really does.
She
tell
is.
Henyard, I'm telling everybody about her.
Tell a friend. Tell a friend. Thank you. Right.
Tiffany, yeah, I don't. You probably should have gone somewhere else.
Now, who are y'all with?
Nice to meet you guys.
Take care, Grace. You got my information? Give me a call. You got my information? Send me an email. You got my email? Or you want?
Yeah.
How do we do this? I don't got a business card. Just like you ain't got a business card.
It's like it's
You got
2026.
go to my YouTube, send me an email, and then we line up something. Yeah. jwitt@jwitt.com.
Business card.
You're quite well. Good seeing you again, hero. All right. Who y'all with? I'm sorry. Good, man. Good. Who y'all with? I'm just asking. Say again. Okay. I mean, it is what it is. Hey, you know what? Put a bug in their ear and say, hey, Jay Witt wouldn't mind having you on to have a conversation.
Look at
I'll
him.
have a
That's the
conversation with you. I don't have to
manager.
be. It will be a conversation where we have tough questions. Not gonna be rude. Not gonna be disrespectful. Not gonna call names. Not gonna do any of that stuff. But I do believe that okay, fine. That's fine. Let's talk about it. Um, how about this? Let me give me yours, and I'm gonna post. Wait, I'm say. Wait, hold on. Let me give you my. I'm streaming right now, so I don't want to unlap. I don't want to. How about this one? Jwitt at jwitt.com. Yeah, just like this. Jwitt at jwitt.com.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's disappointing,
yeah. I wouldn't
Spicy.
mind having a conversation again.
It's disappointing.
I'm not a cantankerous person. I'm not just being mean to be mean, but I do have some questions. And maybe she'll say kick rocks. Uh, I got a
Well,
studio up in Marietta. She can come up there.
Jason
We'll have
angling
lunch
for one, flying
afterwards.
high. He angling. He doing that
But
work.
I would like to ask some more questions. Here's some more. All right, I'm gonna get ready to shake and rattle so I can get out of here. What's your name, brother? Nice. My name is Julian. Julian? Bless you.
What
Good
up,
meeting you,
big
man. Nice
man?
meeting you. Swan, good meeting you, man. Y'all do a great job, man. Y'all keep it up. Y'all be good people. All right, where we
Jay
at?
Witt. Yo, doing your work out there in them streets. Good job, sir.
Girl, I'm about to head on up here to the house. Right, I'm gonna head up here and get ready to grab my baby. Yeah,
Dad
but
time.
'cause I hate to say it, it's about an hour drive up here. I didn't realize how long it took me to get here. So I'm gonna scoot on over, and they just slow poking like what they doing. Yo, yeah, for sure. Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the same
she don't
thing
want
she
to.
used to do
I'm
in
gonna get ready to
Boston.
scoot. I'm gonna talk to my producer. Hey, yeah, that's okay. But I invite. So I don't know if you know, but that trio right there, right? I told him, but I told him. I said, oh, I said I'll
Fat
have her
Phil,
come up to the studio. I have a studio in
I'm with you,
Marietta.
man.
If she want to come up, I'll have a conversation. Now it's gonna be one of those. So it's not gonna be that. Ain't gonna be that Newsmax foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear nothing about faith. I want to hear something about policies. The
Mm-hmm.
commission is not running after dogs in the community. I just want you to know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was. Did she leave?
Cajun, that was great work, wasn't it? That
Bless her
was.
heart.
I like
Hey, be good, young
witnessing.
lady. It's good seeing you. All right, I'll see you real soon.
National.
All right.
Jay Witt. Uh-oh. I see a Impreza. We rock those out here in Colorado.
How to change my camera around?
I don't know. It's a nice steering wheel. Jay Witt. Well, you had a good one today, sir. I forget he can't hear us. I don't know why I keep talking to him. Dang, I cannot believe, man, if these people vote for her, I'm done.
Give me audio, man. Turn my
Got
mic
it.
up.
I don't know how to turn it up, but it's on. I hear you. We hear you good. You got us? You hear us?
Can you add me to the stage?
Yeah, you should. You're on here. I'm like, you are on here. Matter of fact, you're all stage. It's all you. And oh, it's saying you muted yourself. You muted it. There we go. There we go.
All right. Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, y'all can hear me, but I cannot drive and do this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna. All right. So let me give you the rundown, the lay down. the hold
Please,
down. Tiffany Henyard
please.
still hasn't come out of there, so she definitely is hiding in the
Yes.
office. That's crazy work.
Well, that's
All
what she
right,
used to do.
so that was exactly what I thought, except I didn't expect Tiffany Henyard to come. I have to admit, I did not expect her to come, but she came. Because these people would have, even if she didn't come, they would have just said she could be on the. They would have said it.
Yep.
They asked some tough questions, though. Let me give them the credit. They asked some good questions, but they did not. Can you, hey Quentin? Can you tap in? Can you talk? Can I hear you?
I don't know if you can hear me, but I think everybody else
Cannot hear
does.
anybody.
You don't hear me?
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Well, I'm just
everybody
gonna
else
talk.
can. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You good. She did straight up lie.
I hate it because I can't. I'd love to hear the questions if Quentin had questions. Some Quentin?
What was that? I can type them to you. Hold on. Well, you can't. You're driving, so
Man, I
it won't
can't hear
work.
you, man. Dang it. I'm gonna put my earphones in too, just in case.
All right. Oh,
So
wait, no, don't wreck out.
it got down here. The meeting started on time. I uh, I walked in. I had to sign in, and I laughed because I could see like 4 names ahead of mine was Tiffany Henyard. I'm like, oh shoot, she in here. I got to give these memberships tonight. I got to give these memberships.
25 memberships.
All right, so
25.
and y'all can hear me. Green hearts in the chat if y'all can hear me.
Oh yeah. See, I'm horrible at that. I didn't even ask y'all to do anything like that. Yeah, green hearts.
Just want to make sure
green hearts.
I'm not wasting y'all's time. Can y'all hear me? Okay.
He probably can't.
So
green hearts.
there was a young guy in there. His name was Kevin. He's a Fulton County resident, and a super cool guy. He was wearing the green polo, so you probably saw him when the camera was on Tiffany because I was to his right. Really nice guy from New York. Was not in agreement with what is going on, but he was very negative too. He didn't think that it was going to go well. He kind of just said it. He knows they're going to give it to her. But we were talking about the fact that, they got up and the question really wasn't whether or not she could, because they were asking the question as if she wins, will she be a resident for a year when she gets sworn in? Well, that wasn't the question that they were supposed to be asking. The question was whether or not she was a Georgia resident when she applied or quote unquote was qualified. And to me, I really think they dropped the ball on that. They really dropped the ball. I don't remember the commissioner's name. She was the woman, the older white woman with the pink blonde hair. Sweater. She was asking some really good questions. And clearly she understood that she shouldn't be qualified. She understood that part. Because she was even asking, like, when's the last time you voted in Dalton? When was the last time? She was asking about when was your last day as mayor and such of that nature, which were great questions. And for the life of me, I have no idea why. I don't. Now I understand at the end they tried to do like the, Herod washing his hands, saying, "Oh well, it's up to the people. We don't want to take away from the people." But I told y'all that they were going to do that. I knew they were going to say we don't want to take from the people the opportunity to vote. Yeah. And given the fact that she's running as a Republican, that didn't make it any better. They didn't want to be like, oh, we're disenfranchising the Republican candidate. That's why they did it. That's exactly why.
She's not a Republican. She's not a Republican.
And it was very unfortunate because they could have. And it was funny at the end. Let me jump to the very end. Outside, we're talking to the newscasters, and they're acting like they've never heard of her. That's the part I just don't get. Hey, like, y'all know what this woman is about. Why are y'all acting 50 Shades of Brand New? Y'all know, like, they were reporting on Tiffany Henyard here in Atlanta as if we were in Chicago. Like, why were y'all doing this? Now, you don't have to be biased, but on the same note, they actually clutching your pearls like, we don't know what she's up to. What do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Y'all know. So, shout out to Georgia State Patrol. Uh, that
Oh,
was a little bit discouraging. So I'm like,
little
everybody's
mama
acting like
bear.
they just want her to run. They just want her to.
Well,
Shout out
I
to
guess they
Stonewall
do.
Tell. Okay, I see you, Stonewall Tell.
I'll say they do.
Oh, I see exactly what this is. Your nephew used to work down here. Don't tell nobody. Um, yeah, that was just really unfortunate. I hate that because clearly, they are trying. They just wanted to allow her to run. There was really no other way around it. I don't know how they can say it another way. They just wanted her to run. They just did not want it on their hands. So they tried to do the Herod, they tried to do the Pilate, washing his hands of Jesus type of scenario. Like, oh, I just wash my hands of it. Let the people decide. Oh, let them decide. That was crazy. So, um, and you even saw it in the room, which by the way, there were not a lot of people there. I was kind of surprised, but I guess I shouldn't have been because it's way out of the way. So maybe if it had been downtown, maybe it'd have been more people, I guess.
And they
But
moved it.
um, there weren't a lot of people in the room. There maybe were like 4 people. It was me, that guy Kevin, and like 2 other people, and the rest of us were all like newscasters and people in the news. There were more people in the news than there. But back to my point. Um, you could tell, man, she's just used to being combative. And somebody wrote hostile. She's used to that. She's
Hmm.
used to being combative and hostile. And I, that's not going to bode well here in the South. Now, do we
Well,
have combative stuff? Absolutely. Do we have rude
he doesn't
people?
know how to do anything
Absolutely.
else.
No question. That's not what we're about, though. That attitude that she denotes, that she puts out, is crazy work. And I just don't. I don't think she has a clue what it means to be Southern. Well, I know that. I know that.
No.
If you go back and watch the newscast that she was doing, she's talking about the commission is responsible for stray dogs. Like, I really hope you don't believe that. Like, I really hope you're not under that belief that you, as a county commissioner, are going to be micromanaging stray dogs in communities. I really hope that's not the case. That's crazy work. But I hope you're not that obtuse. Let's keep that going. Um, her and Kamal, I mean, it is exactly as, again, it's as inappropriate as y'all want to make it. Whatever, man. I don't know why he kept looking at me. And I saw when he saw me, he reached over and told her, like, he said something. And then her head flipped around like it was the exorcist that saw me. Now, look, I am not on your team. No question, no doubt. But I would have a conversation with them. If they want to have a conversation, she want to come up to Marietta. I got a studio. We can come up there, sit down, and have a conversation. I think it would be good. But we're not going to be asking mamsy-pamsy questions. That dumb
Hmm.
stuff. We're going to leave that dumb stuff alone.
Alcohol.
We got to get to some brass tacks. So listening to them, and even with that, going back to her evidence and her artifacts about why it is that she
Artifacts
should run, ma'am, you don't even have the light bill in your name.
in your
And
name.
some of the things you were saying about whether or not, I still don't even understand why they allowed her to get away with that, saying that her landlord pays her utilities, but the bill she gave them said otherwise, or the
Yeah, the
lease
lease.
agreement
The
said
lease said
otherwise.
otherwise.
Like, why are
And you're
y'all?
lying.
She's clearly not being honest. Like, why are
No.
you playing with her there? Why are you being why are you being complicit in her lie? Why not ask more questions? And again, maybe it was just they don't want to be the ones to kick her off the ballot. They don't want to have to go and white out the ballot or anything of that nature. I don't know, man. For the life of me, I would love to know why they clearly did everything in the sun, under the sun, to give her a pass. Like, for what though? What was the purpose of giving her that pass? I hope your boy's on the right road, because otherwise y'all gonna see me lost in the sauce. Yeah, I'm on the right road. Okay, gotcha. Okay. And they really did bend over backwards to give her a pass. I'm like, that made no sense at all. But I mean, very disappointed in that. Very disappointed. So that was it. That was the hearing. Like I said, I fully believed that they were going to let her stay. They did disappoint by not disappointing me.
Exactly, Mama.
I hate to say it. Only thing I was wrong about was that she was going to come.
That she was gonna be there. 25
That was the
cents.
only thing I was wrong about. And even in that, I don't even think. I think if she didn't come, they still would have been like, let her stay. I don't think they would have. They would have just took whatever she gave them and said, it took those artifacts and ran with them. I don't think they would have. I don't think they would have even batted an eye
State ID.
if she had said like, "Oh, I wasn't a resident or whatever of that nature." I don't think they would have said anything different.
I don't know, Lisa Lee.
But
That's crazed.
anyway, let's see.
That is crazed.
And again, man, the thing that like, and I'm not saying that it's a slam dunk, but I'm like, don't y'all see, even here, the chaos that she's bringing to the equation? I mean, don't you see the problems that she's creating even here?
Yep.
I mean, keep in mind, all those news reporters, there was about 3, 11 Alive, Fox News, and Atlanta News First. Those 3, and then there was like a Tiffany had. Oh, by the way, Tiffany had a camera team there.
True, yeah.
Which is kind of interesting. She had a camera team, 3-person camera team. I'm like, whoa, okay, that's very interesting. So you want them to capture this shenanigans? So, oh, okay. And I even told him, I said, hey, tell her I would gladly interview her. She wants to have a conversation. We will gladly do that. But anyway, back to my point. Even with the news, like, why are y'all pretending like you don't know what kind of chaos she has brought and wrought on the soft plan? While that's why you're here. Because y'all have been reporting on her. And now she's here causing the exact same in 4K chaos that she has been causing before, which is just crazy work. Just absolutely. What are you doing? Why are you driving at this pace? My G? My man is driving. He was driving 10 miles per hour on 85. Now, I'm not saying on 85 we drive 85, but I mean, we definitely don't drive 10 miles. That's for sure. So, what up? Let me see. Real quick.
It's not looking like safe driving. We're going to ignore this.
So, you ask about the state ID. Yeah, they got state IDs, but even that, to me, I think that was a moot point. The point was she wasn't qualified to be quote unquote qualified. That's what I thought they were going to be talking about. That's what I was expecting them to, kind of live right there. Right there and have that discussion. Like, you're not qualified. You weren't qualified to run the race in the first place. So it would be akin to saying, if a fighter is let's use boxing, okay? If a boxer cheats in the ring, that keeps them from winning the match, right? Or winning the boxing event. However, if they get caught cheating before they get into the ring, they never get into the ring. And what we're saying is that Tiffany wasn't qualified before she even gets into the ring. So having her name on the ballot is really a moot point. And I don't even know. And matter of fact, talking to the guy, Kevin, he said there really isn't anybody can put themselves down as a Republican or Democrat, whatever. So it's not really on the GOP or the conservative Republicans to do anything about that. If the person says they're going to run as a Republican, they're going to run as a Republican. She's not going to probably get any support from the Republicans. And that'll probably be a narrative later on as well. Well, they didn't even want to support me. I'm a young black woman. I'm pretty sure that'll be the narrative that comes out that later on that's why she wasn't successful, because they didn't want to support her. I'm pretty sure of it. Which seems like such a wasted opportunity. Why not spend time building up collateral, or not collateral, but goodwill here in Georgia now and run later? I mean, it's not cheap to run a campaign. So why waste resources now? You're not going to get support from the GOP. You're not going to get, a war chest passed down to you to run. So why do this? It makes no sense to me. And somebody asked me, like, why do you think she's doing this? I just thought it was just because she can't get hired doing anything else.
That's what I said.
But yeah, if she ever wants to have a conversation, I will absolutely chop it up with her. Okay. Real quick.
What you doing? Looking at his phone and driving us.
Now, that's a good question. I mean, she might raise money. I can't see all your questions. And I'm sorry, I don't know why I can't hear
can't hear
Brother
us.
Quentin.
Or me.
But she probably will raise money. I don't know about a ton of money. That's a reach. She'll probably raise money, and I don't know where that money will go. I would hate to think that she would do something nefarious with the money, with campaign finance issues and such like that. That's a whole new game.
That's her MO. I
mean, you got way more eyes on you than just a little board of trustees and a Fifth Third bank account. So, I mean, I hope she doesn't do something like that, but it is what it is. And
ouch, she just conned Atlanta. Well, she got off to a good start.
Drive. What's Q say? She has a donation page.
Yep. She's not new to the game. She is true.
She has a donation page. I know she's not new to the game. I know that. And they gonna find I'm like Fulton County, y'all might have a lot of problems, but you just don't want this problem. This is not the problem that you want. But y'all gonna get it.
What's going on, Eclectic?
Y'all gonna get it. So I don't know. That's a great question. Why did somebody not see this coming? I don't think. What were the telltale signs? I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, let me talk about that real quick. Kamal was really fit to be tied because the news came to their house. He was not happy about that thing. I mean, he told them that they done exposed his house and they done made him put him out there. He was really upset about that thing.
Okay.
And it's interesting, just the way that they approached it. There was no humility or
none.
Like, I want to work with you people.
Yes, none.
The election board. And again, maybe you just come into, maybe that's why I'm not in politics. Because I just think we need to find a way to work together, and we don't have to be cantankerous. But like Kamal was fit to be tied about that whole thing about the knowing his address. Y'all plastered it all over the internet. Like, okay, if that's what you believe, my guy. And the board, of course, is the ones that did that.
Exactly.
But whatever. So, but even Tiffany, man, again, she was very combative. She was very hostile. She was very not. You can tell she was there she was ready to fight and argue and such of that nature. There wasn't a matter of like entreating and helping you understand how I see the situation, how I understand the law. Do you see the law like this? Like when they kept going back and forth with the phone.
Yep.
I don't know if you heard it, but she was very like, look, what else do you want me to show you? She was just very ugly about that. Like, okay, all right. Now, sad to say, I was not expecting that the gentleman, I think his name is Adams, I don't know, the black man, I was not expecting him to motion to accept her. I did not think he was going to be the one to do that. I really thought it was going to be the chair, the lady in the blue that was kind of running the meeting. I kind of thought she was going to be the one to do it, but I did not. I did not see that guy being the one, but it is what it is.
A ratchet tad. Oh God, a ratchet tad energy. I love it. She did come in with that.
Thought she would bring some kind of energy. I see what you're saying there, Amethyst. Yeah, I mean, she came in there with a very
ratchet
angry energy. Not something like, look, I'm trying to work with you all. You all might not understand something. Let me show you how I understand it. So on and so forth. She even said, I thought that was wild. She said when the news were pressing her at the end, she actually said that she didn't realize that they lived in Fulton County, and Kamal put her up to run. I'm going to go back and find that clip. I'm like, wow, like it's so interesting that this is just the grift for her. I want somebody to ask her, like, we were wanting somebody to ask, when was the last time that she voted in Illinois? Well, the guy that I was sitting next to, he was able to pull up Illinois voting records. And he said that the last time she voted was April 1st, 2025. So of course, Jason House took office on May 4th. So even though she's still registered to vote in Cook County, that doesn't mean anything, because again, most of us don't do away with our
previous registration
ability to our registration to vote in another state. We just registered another state. So that's not the biggest deal. But I did think it was interesting that her last vote was in April 1st. And of course, she was still mayor until May 4th. And if you go back and listen, she clearly knew what they were asking her when they said, when was your last day? She's like, everybody knows when it was. It was all over the news. Like, no, when was your last day? And they kind of dropped the ball on pressing that issue, in my opinion, and really getting down to it. Like, no, when was your last day? When was your last paycheck? When did direct deposit hit last time? That's what I think they should have done. They were asking questions and then they just stopped. They started the question, then they just and then they just let up off the rail. I don't know why. Because I feel like they had her in a good position. But again, it's sad because they had her in a good position, but 3 board members were still going to vote for her. Like that, again, it was almost like perfunctory. Like, what's the purpose of this? Yeah, and thank y'all so much for tapping in. I apologize. I should have done a mic check to make sure that when I got in the car, it worked. So I don't know why. But shout out to y'all. I appreciate you. Quentin, thank you so much to the Independent Mail for being an excellent host. I know he took this at the last minute. I asked him last minute yesterday, and he said, absolutely. That's my brother from another. I appreciate you, Quentin. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you're saying something good about me. I'm going to assume that you are, because that's what I'm doing. But shout out to everybody. Thank y'all to the however many. It looks like 98 of y'all that are tapped in. Thank you so much. Please make sure you hit the like button. Please make sure you jump over to the Independent Mail and give him a subscribe as well.
Y'all don't have to worry
Tell
about
him
that.
he needs to do some of his stand-up comedy online.
I did.
Quentin is an accomplished stand-up comedian.
Not accomplished. I'm a novice.
He might be saying something funny about me right now.
I am not. Just correcting you.
I'm sure he is.
Let's say just a novice. I've done two showcases. All right. We're getting there.
All right. Let's see. I will say one of the cameramen there said that he, off camera, he said, yeah, I've seen your work. He's
Nice.
I thought that was hilarious.
Nice.
Shout out.
Very nice, baby.
We're gonna see what
Very
happens
nice.
though.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody said it. Tiffany's not gonna win. Like that's the elephant in the
No.
room. That's
Mm-hmm.
the thing nobody wants to talk about. She's not gonna win in full county.
No.
So that's a waste. The thing is actually a waste of time,
No.
in all honesty, because like, nope, you're not gonna win. Now, sadly, it's gonna validate her though.
So
And
she's gonna do what you
the next
said.
election cycle, she gonna try again. And don't be surprised when she pop up when she becomes a reconverted Democrat,
Democrat. Yep.
a
That's exactly what's gonna
deconverted
happen.
Republican. I don't know what it's called, but that whole Democrats are not about faith trope.
Mm.
I can't wait for somebody to push back on that. Cannot wait.
Thank you, IDK. I just appreciate that because I wasn't gonna put it in there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Again, as Jason
Wait.
always says, best live chat on the planet. Like for real.
I know,
Like for
right
real.
That's somebody right behind me.
I mean, you guys were like,
Did her
let me not talk over.
Did her team sound like they might
the coach
do the Jay Witt interview? I asked the young lady that was doing the recording. She said, "What kind of interview would it be? Would it be a friendly interview?" I said, "It's going to be a tough interview." I said, "But I'm not a rude person. I'm not going to, disparage her." I said, "I'll even feed them afterwards. We'll go. Come on up here. We'll come on up to the studio. We'll go do lunch afterwards."
Can I come?
I said, "So no, it's not going to be one of those." I said, "But it's going to be a tough interview because I'm going to ask some tough questions." So I'm going to see what happens. We'll see what happens. I mean, she's been on the Chitlin circuit, a podcast already.
Stop it.
So
you might as well do me.
She might as well go ahead and get on at least, the Marietta Burger Bar.
Well,
get off the Chitlin circuit. Get on some real. Come on, but you're gonna get some real questions though.
And the thing is,
you're gonna earn this meal. If I'm gonna feed you afterwards, you're gonna earn it.
If she's trying to be a serious GOP candidate, she should do it.
What's wrong with me? You're gonna earn it.
Mm-hmm. She should do it.
All right. So anybody that knows, I'm about to get. I think I'm gonna get on the Cobb County Autobahn, also known as the Lexus lane, also known as the HOV Express lane. Because they drive fast on there, so I think I'm gonna get on that in a minute. That way, I'll get home a little faster. All right, give me another question.
Another question. Anybody? All right, I got a question.
What does it say right here? If she's trying to be a serious GOP candidate, she should. Oh, I agree 1,000%. I agree 1,000%. I don't think she's serious about it though.
If she's serious though, seriously, you have a opportunity to speak to your quote unquote constituency and quote unquote earn their
iced
approval.
coffee bean water is down to the end.
I don't
Done
think
with
she's
that.
doing anything.
But thank y'all, everybody. I really do appreciate y'all. I thought this would be something different. Instead of me just streaming it, I figured me going there would probably be pretty interesting. And it did not disappoint. I ran into Grace Levi. Shout out to her. Saw some of the people that you see on TV, the newscasters rather, and such of that nature. Yeah, that was good. And I appreciate y'all tapping in again. I want to say again, blessings to Brother Quentin, who's been doing an excellent job holding it down.
Thank you.
What about the Cobb County Autobahn? What about? Oh, I don't know. Are they gonna actually interview me? I mean, are they gonna put it on there? I don't know. They might say, "Man, that guy."
But we got it.
That dude is just loud and wrong. I don't know. But I was there, so I mean, they did talk to me, so that would be cool if I was on the news.
Whether you on
I'll
the
look
news or
tonight.
not,
I'll
we
stay
got it.
posted.
Yeah, you'll see when you go back to this stream. I'm
I
like,
was
we had it
really
live.
hoping. Let's talk about that. So they don't do public comments on special meetings because I was really hoping for an opportunity to do like community, to have like public comment, and they don't do that because it's a special meeting. And I was like, dang it, because I really was looking. I came in hot, looking like, hey, and the guy told me, Kevin, he said they don't do they don't do public comments during special meetings. So I did want to though. Don't you worry about that. I did want to have my little speech in my head ready to go.
My little speech.
So yeah, that was worth it. I'll give you that. That was worth it.
I think so. Got to see him. I cannot believe we seeing Tiff in action down in GA. I cannot believe it.
See.
I can't believe it.
I see you doing more court cases coverage in the future. You need to go to Utah. Hey, my only problem is there's a content creator that does that. He goes, he literally has been going to Korea for a case that's been going on in Korea. He went to wherever the TikTok lawyer was. And then the young lady, the DoorDash girl that filmed the guy laying in his house in his birthday suit. So he goes in. My only concern is just like getting the wrong information. Because somebody doesn't, I don't want to tell y'all this, but somebody, it was probably Navigator Jason, had the wrong address this morning. I was at the wrong place at first.
That's Navigator Jason.
And I don't know if they changed the address on the site or what, but I was at the wrong place this morning. And I just couldn't imagine if I went to Utah and I was in the wrong place and I got to try to hustle and get on an Uber to get to the right place. Oh, I would be miserable. So that's the only concern I have is like, I got to dial that in. But, because, I did joke about going to the Carmelo Anthony case in June, since I do have family in Frisco, Texas. I said I would go. But so to answer your question, maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. Don't be surprised.
All right. Sounds good.
I went to the YSL trial here.
You sure did.
But that was because I knew where I was going.
And Atlanta.
Oh, I can't get on the Autobahn.
Has plenty of
the Autobahn is closed. Boy, I wanted to drive fast, man.
The Autobahn.
Not like I ain't driving fast now.
I'm curious, what is the Marietta Autobahn? I don't, because I don't know what that is.
I'm missing space. And they say how long it'll take. It's going to be on Tiffany. Somebody asked how long it would take to respond about. I'm assuming you mean if Tiffany would want to have an interview. I'm pretty sure it's going to be on her married boyfriend Kamal, and I'm pretty sure he don't want any of this. So, but if the young lady, tells him and lets him know, like, hey, Jason said he will absolutely interview you, and I'll put it out there again, man. Like, hey, if you're going to run as a GOP, then how about GOP having a conversation with you?
And if you're going to be a Southerner,
what's up with that?
Food. You get some cornbread.
So I'm hoping that she will. I mean, why not?
Hell, why not?
And then out of abundance of being petty, I might interview the Democrats. Like, hey, look, I'll interview y'all too. Everybody gets the treatment. Look. Maybe I'll do that. I'll interview them all if they would like to. I would like to interview you. I'm gonna still ask tough questions. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna make that. I will do that. Absolutely. I like that idea. Actually. We're talking to myself.
No. No, you're not.
Oh, the election board. Well, the election board, they've already determined that it's a wrap. She's
Yeah, they
on the
said,
ballot.
yeah.
But like I told y'all the other day, she's already on the ballot. There's no reason for them. They're not going. They said they weren't going to remove her name off the ballot. So I don't even know what the real purpose of this meeting was. They said they weren't going to take her name off the ballot. They did all kinds of goalpost moving to justify her being on the ballot, and then said that, oh, she's qualified to be on the ballot. Like, based upon the new rules, the new standard that we've come up with, she's good. That's crazy.
Good. Well, we'll see if she gets any votes. Hopefully not. I hope it's a horrible result, which it should be.
Let's see. Man, I wish I could get Quentin to talk. I have no idea why I can't hear.
You can't hear me. Oh, I say I be out. We'll have it together for next time. Next time he goes down to do one of these, we'll definitely have our walkie-talkie situation better than this. And hopefully, whoever's streaming it, we can hear. Audio is pretty nice. Audio is pretty nice. You know, because
there's too many cars around me. I don't want to look down.
No, don't do that.
Y'all see, y'all be witnesses to an accident or something.
Mm-hmm. Like glasses and everything flying all over the Subaru. We don't want to see that.
That's a dirty Tesla.
Dirty.
I think it's dirty.
You caught him riding dirty. You caught him riding dirty with. Did you? Cannot believe we got Tiff Chronicles in GA. After she was ousted up in Dalton, I thought we would really never hear of this lady again.
Space.
Cannot believe it.
The people of Dalton most heartily thank you for your fine citizens of Fulton County for taking Tiff off their hands. Mm-hmm. Oh, come on, man. we did not do that on purpose. Let me say that. That act of goodwill was not done intentionally. Please take her back.
And then, like, on top of it not being done willingly by us,
take her back.
My question is, how
what
did
they
she
said.
Pick Atlanta? Like, that's almost insulting.
Yeah, we definitely did not. We did not mean to be a blessing like that. We were not seeking to be a blessing in that manner. But lo and behold, we were.
Yeah, man, that's insulting. I'm like, you could have gone to New York, New Jersey, Philly, any other northern.
Hey, so Quentin, I'm about 10 minutes from my house, and I can put in an hour before I have to go pick up Chief Executive Second Born.
Okay.
So how about you just put a star by some of the questions? So when I land at the house, I'll just run. I left the studio on.
Okay.
So when I run in the house, I can literally be on in 3 minutes. So if you put like some stars by some of the comments or questions, I'll just go through them in like lightning round.
Okay.
Put a little star by it. That'd be great. And I think I told Quentin that.
Told me what?
I told Quentin that we'd wrap up at 1 o'clock anyways. I'm real close to being an honest dealer. Real close.
Mm-hmm.
I might go over a few minutes. Might have to send Quentin a Dunkin' Donuts gift card or something.
No, that's not gonna work. I want the same meal that
send him a Subaru hubcap. Subaru hubcap. No. Man, there is a nice forest green cross trek right behind me, Quentin.
Don't start.
Telling you. And it's the wilderness edition. You know what I mean? If you know, you know.
I do know what you mean. Come on, man. I'm in the Subaru capital of the world, Craig. Ain't nothing but imprezas out here. And Foresters and Outbacks. And whatever that new EV one is they have.
I have no idea why I can't.
That doesn't matter.
Let me try it
next time. fix it to that for the next time. You don't need to hear me. I'm not saying anything. Just buy time till you pull up where you going.
It's not even picking up.
No, RD, you cracked me up, but you were like, they got Mandani. But still, that's one place.
It's not
You could
picking
have
up.
picked anywhere else up in the north.
I don't know.
Anyways,
Some reason or other doesn't want. My phone does not want to.
and it
Doesn't
in a
want me to
way,
be great, man. Don't want me to be streaming.
nah, I ain't want you to be great. You've been great enough today, though. But in a way, it makes me feel like and the reason I'm like, I feel like it's insulting is because I feel like she picked Atlanta out being like, yeah, they gullible enough to do it. That's what I don't like about it. I feel like she thinks that Fulton County in Atlanta is dumb enough to elect her. And what's the reasoning behind that?
Yeah, but that was kind of cool. Let me see real quick. She deflected so many times from the questions that were asked. It was sick. No, you're 100% correct, Mindy. And that's why I believe, like, I'm not saying that people got to be, combative and anything of that nature. But some of those questions, man, come on. What do you mean that they're about faith? What do you mean? What does that mean? And that doesn't even make sense. Like, explain what you mean. So am I to believe? How did she pick Atlanta? I don't know. I'm asking the question myself.
That's what I'm saying.
I think Fulton County's just been known as a hub for shenanigans and hijinks, and they know that carpetbaggery. They can get away with carpetbaggery here. Carpetbag behavior will be accepted.
See, insulting.
In the A. That's what people are understanding now.
That's insulting.
With this decision, don't be surprised when we start getting some New York shenanigans down here. Maybe some Californians coming to do some hijinks. Don't be surprised. Because we just told them, hey, we don't even. And again, I'm not saying that they had to kick her out because they didn't like her. She was not qualified because she still worked in Dalton. She was not qualified to run.
And it's like, are you still under investigation? What about that part?
And therein is the problem. Because they couched it again as if she wasn't qualified to win. Winning was not the argument. Running was the argument.
And being qualified to be a qualified candidate based on residency, that should have been a thing. But obviously none of it is now.
Phone is pushing
She's on the
against.
ballot.
I think I found that the problem is my phone is pushing against the button on my headset. That's why. Okay. I still gotta try it. I'll try it out later. I'm almost at the house now.
I forgot about Lightfoot. What is this, guys? Oh, all right.
That was very, very interesting. But it was good. I'm glad I went. I'm glad I left early. I will say that. I'm glad I left early. They had your boy in the wrong place.
Trying to mark some questions for him. When he gets into place, that's what I'm staring at. So I gotta follow coach's instructions. You know what I'm saying? I gotta find what he wants. But he's actually been doing a great job. I say great job. You know what I'm saying? Georgia Highway Patrol may not agree. Looking at messages and driving, but he has done a great job catching a lot of these and responding to them on the road. I went on a road with Jay Witt.
All right. Let me see.
Courthouse.
We like right around the corner from the house now. So now we cooking now.
All right. I'm gonna start that one.
Somebody in Atlanta enticed her to do this. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I could put on my tinfoil hat and say, hey, her coming down here hurts the GOP, hurts Republicans more. Maybe, if if we get some more voter integrity,
Mm.
we might see a little bit more perfectly that it's not as red as, it's not as blue as we thought it would be. And maybe that's why. So now they brought her in here to muddy up the situation. I mean, it's possible. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out where the feds are since she is under federal investigation.
I just asked
Like,
that.
why is that taking so long? That makes no sense.
I just asked that. I just asked that.
All right, big old 18-wheeler coming down my street. I don't know why it's going down my street. It doesn't belong there. It's too big going down the street. But nonetheless, it is. And now it is not.
New comments.
But it is messing up. It is messing up your boys' commute home.
Facts. Facts, RD.
All right, so we are the youth of the nation.
Speak for yourself. You're getting AARP mail. It does not sound youthful at all. I wish they stopped.
All right, so I'm going to run in. Oh my gosh, there's 11 questions, Quentin.
I mean, it's probably
All
more
right.
than that. Questions, comments, concerns. Questions, comments, and concerns, good people.
All right, making my last right turn right here. Garage door is activated. There's Amazon outside. What you got, Amazon? What you got for
is
me?
activated.
Oh, they ain't got nothing for me. It's from my neighbor. All right, good people, good people. Thank you.
Maybe that's Keith Freeman you're talking about. He probably just got home and his phone is like switching over from data to Wi-Fi
Bada
or
bang.
something like that. See? The future.
Let's go, children. Let's go.
Okay. What is it? Large house. Wow.
We up in the building.
You know what, Mama Bear? I actually did a video about the old landlord and her owing the money and them having to get creative to serve her papers. Mindy Ann, what do we got? LLC says Keith's court papers dropped in March 2026 for BK. No, BK's not good. Illinois is so corrupt that they maybe no, we don't want to hear that, RD. We don't want to hear that.
We in the building.
Jay Witt in the building. He's gonna be able to hear in a little bit. That's gonna be great. Not the mean woman. Off the bat. Yeah, I mean, Lindy, the problem is she became successful at doing that. Those tactics work well for her in Dalton, and that's what she knows to do and still do. So she did it today in a special hearing, which should have been a red flag, but apparently it wasn't. They stuck her on there. Took a plea deal. So they're okay. All right. Keith Freeman, I forgot all about him.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. We got the dark green going on. Let there be light.
We got the dark night. We got the dark
let
night
there be light in there. We got to see the man that was out there in the streets.
Whoa! Let there be. There is now light in the building.
Look at that correspondent Jay Witt down on the scene, and he came back and got into the commander's chair. Like that's impressive. That's impressive to watch. It really is. I mean, I'm just saying. He does need a disco ball. Oh my God, that'd be the bomb.
Why do you need a disco ball? For what?
Just because you just do. You just do. When you get crunk, you need a disco ball to come down and be like, yeah, I'm about to cook on y'all right now. Yep.
Okay.
Plus, you know what I'm saying? You gotta trick it out for when Tiff and her team come through. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no. We got, yeah. Oh my gosh. All right.
Oh, but really quick, I'm gonna let you get to the questions, but no, you can't send me a gift card. No, you can't send me any donuts. I'm gonna require the same meal that you're gonna feed Kamal.
Say less.
Yes,
but you got to come here though. We might go to if they come. Look, I'm inviting them to come.
Okay.
I will take them to a very nice burger spot right around the corner from the studio. I will take it, but see, you got to come back. come back to Atlanta.
I'm like, you showing your age again. You
Y'all
showing
remember
your
that
age.
commercial?
See, that's
Shout
what
out
I'm
to that
saying.
commercial.
You showing your age, Jamaica. You see, obviously I know the commercial also.
Facts.
But yeah, no, I don't want no burger, man. I want you look like you could throw down on the grill. That's what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? A
Well,
little
see,
little
then
mac and cheese.
if you come back to Atlanta, then say less. You will absolutely. I'm not
Listen,
inviting people to my
that's what I
house.
want. That's what I'm
Oh,
fishing
then say
for.
less. Then say
All
less.
right. All right.
That's you for sure. No question. Man, thank you so much, Quentin. Man, you are a godsend, brother. I know you kept them going. I am going to do a survey of the student teacher. I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask them like, what did they think about it? Was the substitute teacher like? What y'all think?
I'm gonna go ahead. I mean, if I did a self grade, I would probably go C+ at best.
Oh
C+.
no, I'm not. There's no way I'm gonna get. I'm not gonna let you get a C.
I'm saying
I'm sorry.
I'm saying if I do it, I mean, here's the caveats and the reason why. Like we had audio issues. I could never get it all the way worked out. Like some of us could hear, some of us could not. And then of course, for people that could hear, I didn't want to talk over what was happening to explain to the people that couldn't hear. And it was just, so anyway, the execution could have been a whole lot better. So that's why I'm like, yeah, C+ at best, but you know.
All right.
We'll work on that.
No, I'm not giving it. I'm not. No, I'm still. I mean, again, bro, that stuff happens all the time. So I'm not going to give you that. I'm not going to take that from you. But I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Yes, yeah, man. And dude, seriously, I'll talk. You know, if you call for something, I'm gonna pick up.
I appreciate it, man. Are we gonna let me hit these questions? Are you gonna hang around? You want me to hit these questions?
Yeah, actually, I gotta jump on an actual Zoom joint
like a real job
for work in 20 minutes. So
that's fine, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you guys. And I'm gonna be back on here to stay up to date and see what comes down with this interview. I mean, we know that they're not gonna do it because they're not a serious candidate. But I kind of wish she was serious.
I really wish she was.
And I wish she would do a sit down to where it's not like what was my man's name up there? It's not like a Jedediah interview where he / the host is trying to, garner all kinds of attention for themselves. It's like, no, we just wanted to ask questions, get answers so that the person that's asking the questions can feel comfortable with answers. But more importantly, the constituency that happens to be seeing this interview, because like you said, if you're going to go from one party to another, then you need to go speak to that party. Like at every opportunity that you have, not like, oh, I did a Newsmax interview. No, you need to do the Newsmax interview. You need to do these podcast interviews. And I do want to highlight this because she uses it as far as her campaign, because you brought it up a lot. I'm a young Black woman or whatnot. Yep. So if that is the case, why not speak to a Black conservative?
Facts. And let me also just add, it's going to be a boondoggle because she's going to do an event this Saturday at her store. It's off of Old National Highway, bruh.
Oh,
that's a Democrat stronghold of the highest order.
Exactly. Wow. Right. Yeah. Go up to Dunwoody.
Come up to Dunwoody with that.
Cobb.
Come up to Cobb. Well, no, come up to Sandy Springs. Come up to Sandy Springs with that stuff.
No, we gave her the perfect place to come to the dang on studio.
Come on,
Jay Witts. Yes, that's the perfect place for you to come, but not Old Nat Al, because first of all, most of that constituency doesn't care about GOP issues. They're not coming over there for that. So I really don't know what she's trying to do, to be honest. Like her best bet if she was going to come down here and seriously try to run, it would have been, I mean, I've seen Fani pop up in the comments a lot, and I've even done it, Fani 2.0 or whatnot. But my thing is, that was the route for her to go if she was going to try to do it, because that was the only voting bloc that was going to ignore everything from Dalton. But the GOP isn't. And my thing is, they're going to look at her as not a serious candidate that can win. And they're like, we're not going to endorse that. We're not going to throw it. Like you said, there's no war chest. We're not going to throw $2 at it.
Not even, no.
So again, besides making a name for herself, getting herself back in the spotlight, so to speak, that's not, I guess, tethered to FBI investigations or whatnot, That's all I see this move for, is just getting her name back out there. I don't think she thinks she has a chance of winning, especially not picking, oh, I'm gonna be a GOP person now. And it's like, none of your policies or anything you've done has said anything about even being, I'm a conservative Democrat. So if you had been a conservative Democrat the whole time, then it could make sense of you going, you know what I'm saying, full-fledged GOP. But you've done none of that. Like everything, I'm making ice skating rinks. I've given out the most, like everything that she did, that she was in Dalton with, that she tried to praise herself over. It was all I gave and made people dependent on me types of stuff. And I'm like, that's not what the GOP message is. So I'm like, just going on Newsmax and being like, faith. And again, nothing you do in life shows that you believe in this faith like that. It just, all of
you're
it
with
seems
your married
shallow.
boyfriend. Like, can we have that conversation? Like, okay, Kamala's still married, or if Kamala's not married, y'all are not married. So you're living with a man. So you're shacking up. You're living in sin.
Shakaroni.
But you want to talk about faith.
They shacked in a fool.
Shacked in a fool is ignorant.
They
Shout out to the Dalton trustees.
I was about to type
your girl.
Yeah, she did.
Y'all
make
put
the
Dalton
ballot
in the chat. Everybody flood the
question.
chat with Dalton. Please come get your girl.
Get your girl.
Come get her, please. I will absolutely pay for you to come get her. I'll take you out to dinner if you come get her. Please come get her.
Dalton trustees.
Hey, shout out to the Dalton trustees.
Yeah, shout out to them. She's
still on the ballot, y'all. They let her be on the ballot.
On the real, Jason, I'm so sorry. I start rambling and junk again. I got to jump off here for
Get
real.
out of here, brother. Appreciate you, man.
You was good. Hollering at you. Good.
Always good.
You work. Like the way you worked outside. No, I'm being serious. The way you worked outside, very impressive. Very impressive.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Greatest
Get out of here.
live chat on the planet. Thank you guys.
The best
for
live chat
having
on the
me.
internet. Absolutely.
You guys are great. I hope y'all have a good one. See y'all later. I got to go do
See you soon, brother. Take care.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You got it. Shout out to Quentin from Independent Mail. Man, I appreciate him for sure. No, come on, Dalton. It said y'all got her and y'all can keep her. No. Sharing is caring, y'all. Come get her. Come get your girl, please. All right, let's go over these questions real quick. I do have to go pick up Chief Executive Second Born in 45 minutes. So let's go ahead and go over some of these questions that y'all had. And I do apologize. I don't know what happened with the audio that I wasn't able to hear. Again, like I'm not a remote YouTuber. I like to stay in the studio. So I'll have to iron that out. Her demeanor was definitely off, especially to be in politics. She needs a life coach. It was very negative. I'm going to be honest with you. It was very combative. And I'm not saying that you can't be, push your position or have something that you stand on, but there's a level of like respectability. The fact that you're arguing with the board that could possibly kick you off the platform about they don't know the laws and it's such of that nature, or thinking that they don't understand what they're asking you, the question of when was your last day of employment in Dalton, but you quote unquote lived here 4 days ahead of time. Like those kind of things right there, to me, I think should have shut the whole thing down, but it is what it is, y'all. Thank you so much, Mitty, for the question. I appreciate you. They need to tie down the latest possible date that she was in Dalton Township. I think that's what you're trying to say. They got sidetracked by issues irrelevant to the question before them. There was a lot of sidetrackery going on there for sure. And I do agree with you. Like I would ask, like I wanted to know, when was your last paycheck? When did you get your last paycheck from Dalton? That should have been an artifact that she showed, in my opinion. Telltale signs. Her ongoing stunt in Dalton Township. They hired Lori Lightfoot, former Chicago mayor, and federal attorney, and Lori couldn't take her out. I mean, that's a good point. Yeah. I hate it. You're kind of right. Yeah, you're right. What do you say here? All of those cameras her camera team used were stolen from Dalton. I don't know that. I'm not going to say that. They seem like nice people, though. The camera people, they did seem like nice folk. I ain't gonna lie. They just look like they got hired to do a job. Why didn't somebody see this coming? I don't know. I don't know what would have been. How would we have known? I would love to have known, like, what was the telltale sign that she was going to move 730 something miles away to come here to Georgia and start the shenanigans? Like, I don't know how we would have known. I don't know. Now, and then once we found out she was applying, she had already quote unquote registered or qualified to run. So it wasn't even like people knew about it ahead of time. Yeah, I don't know. So did the board vote and agree that she proved her residency and is eligible to run? Yes. To answer your question of the lady's son, yes. There you go. They said she could stay on the ballot. It's not our job to. It's our job to take her off. It's the people's job to determine who they want to represent them. That's basically what they said. That was a very bad paraphrase, but that's what they said. Not too much light on me. Okay. Shout out to that. Thank you so much. What do you say here? I truly feel that she will not win. Oh, she's not going to win. It's a Democrat stronghold. So there's no possibility to win. The problem is that it validates her as a potential candidate in the future. That's my biggest problem. But it's frustrating to know that she's going to be stealing residents' money for campaign funds. Yo, that right there, I don't know that emphatically, but I think that's going to be a very interesting sign. You know, well, first of all, who's giving her money? Let's just be 100% honest. Who's giving her money to her campaign? I don't know about that part. I don't know if we can. I'm not going to assume that that's going to happen, to be honest with you. But we'll see. Nobody really is talking about that because of a rain. What do we miss? Something about, I don't know what happened there. Shout out to you, Samantha. The fact that she had not been indicted in Illinois tells you enough. I mean, you're right, which is crazy. I still don't understand how I still don't get it. She'll pull in outside money. Really? From who though? Who's giving her outside money? Like, who actually believes in what she's doing? Because it's not just a matter of money. Because, okay, watch this. Tiffany Henyard has the biggest war chest on the planet. Okay? She has $1 billion. That doesn't change anything about who she was in Dalton. That doesn't fix any of the problems that she left in Thornton Township. Everybody can see that. That's right there in 4K. Who's voting for that? Like, it doesn't, I don't think it's even a money issue. It's a previous, somebody said it before, past. Anyway, it's her past progress and past behaviors that predict future performance. Like, what in her past is going to make somebody think that she's going to make a good representative on the Fulton County Commission? Like, what are you using as your evidence? Even if I don't think money is the matter. Money, in my opinion, money is not the matter. $10,000 judgment filed by her old landlord. You're right. And that landlord got that judgment, and she's sitting there. I don't know if she's paid that money yet. She did admit to getting paychecks while not resident. Did she? I don't. I'm just still surprised that she was even allowed to do this. I don't know another way to say it. I'm still a little surprised. Question: was she still the supervisor in that township around the same time as Dalton? I gotta go back and look. They never mentioned the township job. Oh, that's a good point, Mindy. And I don't think they did. I don't think they mentioned it. I don't think so. I do think we need to look at what is the timeline of her actual employment. So, like, if you get a job that's a contract and it goes from January 1st to June 30th, well, even though you know the contract is ending on June 30th, let's say you don't get the contract extension and they say, hey, on June 30th, we're not going to keep you on, even though the contract would have gone till like the end of the year. Well, that dead time between the time they tell you that you're not going to get your contract renewed and the time that the contract the first contract ends, that's that lame duck time, but you're still an employee of this. You're still there. Right? So I don't think she should. That's why I don't think that they pressed it enough and really made the case in a serious way. I don't think the lawyer, there were a lot of people there that didn't know what was going on, that did not say, they said, like, we don't know when this election is. We don't know what this process is. I think everybody should have done their due diligence. If you're going to say that, but again, to the point, let me bring this back up. I don't think they meant to. I think they had already intended that she was going to be on the ballot. I don't think there was any real, she was never in jeopardy. Let me say it like that. She was never in jeopardy to actually not be on the ballot, in my opinion. Because, well, why you say that, Jason? Because they did everything possible to make this thing make sense, even to the point, like I said, of moving the goalposts and actually making the argument something that it wasn't. The argument was not whether or not when she gets sworn into office, will she have been a resident for a year? The argument was, should she have been on the ballot in the first place? That's what the question was when they left, what was that, on the 13th? But now we're over here talking about something totally different. And for what reason? I don't know. Real quick. All right. Who's this? Sorry about this. All right. All right. Let's keep this going. So I think that's interesting. I don't think Atlanta blacks are going to, I'm sorry. She's running against 4 black women in the Democrat. Well, I'm sorry. The Democrat primary has 4 black women. It will be another black. There's going to be a black woman versus a black woman, Dem and Republican. I'm sorry. There's no way you're going to convince me that they're going to vote for her over an established candidate. I just don't know how I don't know how you square that peg. Maybe I missed the whole thing. Maybe I totally did not get it, but I don't see how they're going to do that. All right. All right. Lots of agendas. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for tapping in. I think they looked incompetent. And can someone tell me what Kamal's contribution was? He was just there to be her married boyfriend. He was just there to be her married boyfriend. There was no other reason behind it. That was it. And to talk about the fact that the lights are on in his name. I mean, that was it. I don't know what I don't know what other way to say it. What other way to say it? Let's see what we got here. Bang. Oh, it's absolutely a shame. So just to fill it in, Tiffany Henyard is on the ballot, but I told y'all she's already on the ballot. I mean, the ballot is already printed, so to speak, or digitalized, however you want to say it. So the ballot is already existing. So I didn't think that they were going to really, truly take her off the ballot. I did think they were going to try, though. I was trying to hold out hope that they were going to be like, yeah, well, we realized that she didn't meet the qualification standard to start with. Therefore, she should not run because she didn't meet the standard, AKA she was still employed in Dalton. You had to live in Dalton to be employed in Dalton. Therefore, she couldn't have been living in Atlanta. Bam, problem solved. But no. But no. They're going to let her run. So that's that. And it's going to be interesting. I say to say the least. It's going to be very interesting. I am going to put the request out there. If Tiffany Henyard wants to, I will absolutely sit down and interview her and talk with her and hear her side of the story, give her a chance to answer some different questions. And I'll probably put the ask out there as well to her Democrat candidate, her Democrat challengers. If they're interested, hey, let's do it. Let's have a conversation. and see what's going on. I think it would be interesting. So let me know what y'all think. I'll probably put that out. Maybe I'll send an email out to them this week and see, hey, y'all want to come on? I'll gladly talk with you. Man, y'all, wow. He said her and Fonnie going, Scrooge McDuck, all the tax money. I can't. I mean, I don't think she's gonna win though. But you know what? Maybe I need to stop. Maybe I need to step back from this thing. I knew she was gonna be on the ballot. I did know that. So I'm not surprised. I don't think she's gonna win though. There's no. What would be the reason for her winning? And then what would be the reason? And especially if you are a conspiracy theorist and you're saying, oh, they're going to cheat to let her win. Why? What would be the purpose of it? What would be the benefit if they were going to cheat? Why would they cheat to have Tiffany Henyard on the commission? For what reason? What would the infamous they get from it? Oh my gosh. I mean, at this point in the game, probably so. I mean, I'm not going to say it won't happen because I never would have thought this would happen. But, hey, that's crazy. It ruined my whole day. But, I mean, it's possible. I just don't want to believe it, but it's possible. To shove, wait. The corruption runs deep, so she is joining the comrades in Fulton. I mean, I agree with you. Wait, to shove it in the noses of the voters, they do what they want. I mean, it's not the craziest thing I've heard. It's not crazy. But why? Okay, but why not run? Why not cheat to get one of a candidate that's going to keep the Democratic stronghold in Fulton County? Why even create that narrative? Like, what would that do? Yeah, they came back with the decision and she's on the ballot. I mean, summation. For all intent and purposes, that's basically that was it. Quick paraphrase. They said, you going to be on this ballot. I hate it, but that's what they said. I mean, in a roundabout way. Well, I mean, right. So what would be the benefit of it? You have a Democrat stronghold. Why would you put a Republican in? For what reason? Like, why would you put a fly in the ointment if you already got a well-run Democrat machine? Why would you cheat to get a Republican there? For what? That's the part I don't get. And I hope I'm asking the question right. Oh, I'm going to look at all of them. I mean, I will absolutely, but all of them are the others. Let me pull up the ballot for y'all. Okay, so let me drop this in the chat for y'all. I probably need to save this thing because I keep pulling it up all the time. Here is the ballot for the Democrats, the nonpartisan, and the Republicans. And let me just pull this in super quick. All right. Bada boom, bada bing. All right. So we are going to go down to District 5. District 5. Commissioners right here. And we have, zoom in some. Sorry about that. Okay. So we got Sojourner Grimmett, DeJay Swindell, J. Jazz Thomas Jones, and Helen Willis. They're all Democrats. So these are her potential candidates. One of these women is going to come out as the winner of that race. And then we'll jump over here. And same thing, District 5. It's got Tiffany Henyard. She's already on the ballot. She was already on the ballot. Okay, see, but why put this candidate? And I'm willing to give you the whole cabal and they want to cheat to whatever, but this person right here is highly toxic. Nobody's going to want to work with her. The county commission meetings are going to become a complete dumpster fire. Like, why not put somebody in there if they're going to cheat, to con the optics, say that eventually she gets caught. Then they can say that it's corruption from the Republicans. But most people are going to be like, yo, this chick is not a Republican. Democrats are saying it, that this is not a Republican. So I don't know. I get your point. I'm not saying that y'all are wrong. I'm not saying y'all are wrong at all. I'm just saying, like, why not put somebody in there that's less problematic if you're trying to create some kind of and there is no District 5 commissioner for the nonpartisan, libertarian independents. So there's only Republican or only Democrat candidates. So I did drop the link here for y'all, so y'all check it out. I just think this is super interesting, and it's definitely going to be, it's going to be a great summer. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a content creators Christmas up in here. Okay. I hear you. I don't disagree. It's to blur the party lines. The parties are the same. Anarchy ensues. I got you. And I don't disagree. But, I guess we'll see. I guess we will see. Let me see. Yeah, I guess. To me, I'm like, I wouldn't want my introduction to the county because, again, nobody in the county knows who she is apart from the shenanigans and hijinks that are here on YouTube. So nobody knows her as a part of the community. So even when she's saying, I'm going to be boots on the ground, ma'am, nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows who your boots are. And we don't even know that the ground you're on is even in Fulton County. So stop it. But I'm just not 100% certain that starting your political aspirations in Georgia with a lawsuit would probably be the best look. But, lots of things are possible. All right. She's becoming a modern day folk hero. Becoming a modern day folk pariah. Preacher in training. Shout out to you. I appreciate you, brother. I got you. I got you, man. I just don't see them. And maybe I do need to think like that. Maybe that's what I need to think like. Maybe I'm thinking too logically here. Maybe that's what it is. That could be it. I'm just trying to be too logical, and I can't be that logical. I need to be illogical. Right, somebody's opening up my garage. Man, un momento, por favor. Woo. All right. All right. What'd you say here? You said, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much for that. I am going to tackle his last couple of quick questions. That's a good point. But Mom Donnie was only, yeah, I can't, you know what? You got me over a barrel, RD. I mean, yeah, you got me. I can't even argue with that. They look over the fact that when the lady asks if she's still a mayor, and she says, yes, very low. I wonder where. Yeah, I don't know why they did not press that. That's what I was saying. Like they brought it up to the end zone and then kind of fumbled the ball. Like, why did they not ask more questions about that? It's clear that she does not understand the geographical or political surface here. No, and she doesn't. And she's going to talk about, being a dog catcher and, TSA not getting paid and stuff like that. Like, man, what does that got to do with the county commission? What does that got to do with them? She doesn't know. And her man standing there looked like a bodyguard. What is really going on in Fulton? It's not Fulton. That's her. That's her and Kamal. They can do that themselves. Now, this is a good point, though. I think you got a great point. Plans for Life. She understands that Fulton does politics like Illinois. She is right at home. Okay. I actually have to agree. I mean, there's some seriousness there that you make a great point. She only talks about Illinois issues in her Fulton interviews. Great point. Like that's what I'm saying. She doesn't know what's going on here. Going back to what you said here, Sig. She doesn't know what's going on here. So she doesn't understand Georgia politics. That's why I don't think Georgians are going to vote for her. Even Georgia Republicans that just want to put a thumb in the eye of the Democrat Party. I don't think they're going to vote for her, but I could be wrong. I just don't think that it's going to happen. I mean, we'll see when the general election comes up. We will see in general election. No hands, no question about that. I am going to get moving and grooving that I might make my way over here to pick up my baby from school. And she texts me telling me she needs me to take her somewhere after school. So that's my baby. That's my girl. But thank y'all so much, everybody, for tapping in. Thank y'all so much for, again, to Quentin from the Independent Mail. I really appreciate him being willing to take the helm for us and keep us up the breast and up all that kind of good stuff, up to speed on what's going on. My goal is to come back this evening and go over Tree of Logic's video that she did last night with Laura Loomer and Candace Owens going at it in Twitter. It was so funny. It was so funny. So I will definitely, as soon as I pick up my big girl, I will set up the stream for that and make sure I can do that. But I think y'all will enjoy it. It was a hoot. I had a good time laughing last night. But anyway, y'all, thank you again to all of you all. Thank you so much to the moderators. Thank you so much to everybody who's a part of the best live chat on the internet. Thank you so much. And the most electrifying comment section. I appreciate y'all. Go ahead, please, and hit the like button if you didn't already. If you didn't subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. And hit those green hearts on the way out the door. Make sure you tip your waiters. I really do appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you all real soon. Until then, grace and peace. Take care. See you soon. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Jay Whitt Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.